Welcome. Excited to be heading off to family reunion shortly. And although we are talking about know before you go with family reunion in mind, keep in mind a few of the things that we're going to share today and how we can have tech work for you works for many other things as far as the principles as well, and staying connected with your database, with your open house contacts, sphere of influence, all sorts of goodies as far as what we're going to be diving into. So with that in mind, we're going to jump in at first. And if we haven't already done so, let's take a moment to go ahead and download the Command app. Hopefully we already have it on our devices, but if we happen to be new, maybe haven't had an opportunity or just haven't gotten around to downloading it quite yet, feel free to go ahead and do so now. You'll be able to go ahead and sign in with your KW username and password. So I am curious, who is going to family reunion? You want to put it in the chat there. Catherine, I see you as well. So hopefully you're going if you have the opportunity. And if it's anybody's first in going. Well, I'm excited. I think this is my fourth family reunion, I believe. It's been a few. So let's go ahead and dive in. So want to give you guys a little resource. If you scan this QR code, we have a guide here, and likely your local market centers are using the same guide with a little additional personalized information. But it is a handy guide that has all sorts of great resources for you for your family reunion session. So it's going to take you to a link like this where you can go ahead and save this, bookmark it, download it, however you'd like. But we've got some helpful information, of course, on your transportation. Your Uber is going to be a great option, as well as your taxi drivers, and also some helpful information as far as where you can find that location. Also, if you want to scan, there's some lists to some of the events, entertainment, and more there in Las Vegas. So if you plan on making the most of your trip there, feel free to go ahead and take a look at some of those links. And remember, this is going to be available to you. I'll actually copy and paste this for you, pop it into the chat so you have it available now. Scoot that over here. There we go, so that you can access that as well. So before we get into our nitty gritty as far as the tech, of course, we want to talk about being prepared when it comes to our packing list. What are we actually bringing here? So as you see, there is a QR code. My girl Brooke Silva, who's out of the New England region, has put together an awesome little Amazon storefront there with some very helpful items that she uses on a regular basis as well while traveling to family reunion. Got that booked up here. You'll be able to see all sorts of information, from items to steam clean and get those wrinkles out of your clothes so you look presentable to network. Some travel accessories, and some very handy things to keep in mind as we are hoofing it around there in Vegas, walking lots. You may need some blister items as well, some IV packs or otherwise. So definitely make use of this list. Power banks are going to be absolutely critical. Seems that you're never able to find an actual port to charge. So make sure you have battery packs, that they are charged in advance of going, and have those, of course, on your carry-on items. You usually can't put those in your packable items, but we have all sorts of fantastical items listed on here that many of our MCAs and agents, individuals who have been doing this for quite some time, have learned that these are fairly helpful when it comes to your family reunion enjoyment, really, right? Making the most of it. So feel free to go ahead and snapshot this if you'd like. And we also have that link that'll, of course, take you to our Amazon storefront, or I shouldn't say ours, but Miss Brooke Silva from the New England region, a great little storefront there for some tested and true products there. So what we're here is to talk about our network and follow-up. Okay, that's obviously one of the huge things that we are doing while we are there, in addition to taking in incredible information from all sorts of different classes, from panels and otherwise. But one of the things you can do in addition to those skills that you're learning or information is being able to network with other agents. It's a great opportunity to build those relationships with individuals that you're meeting in other areas of like-minded people who are looking and focused on growth, right? So what can we do to make sure we are getting the most out of that when it comes to our follow-up, right? We don't want to just make the connection, say, hey, have the whole stack of business cards, and then when we get home, if we've remembered the business card that we're all stacked there, how are we staying in contact, right? So that is what we are going to take a look at today. And we're going to be using our command app. So we're going to be looking at setting up your connection and follow-up. There's going to be a few things that we're going to be doing. We're going to look at creating a custom tag, right? Something to categorize our individuals that we're meeting at family reunion. How we can add a smart plan from the library and customize it. And then how we're going to be able to use our command app to scan in other users, as well as how to personalize yours and where that is. And then how we can stay connected and how that looks full circle. So with that, I am going to go ahead and switch on over to our live environment and jump into command. So here we are inside of command, and where we're going to start first is going to be inside of our settings. So I want you to take a look here. You're going to click on your name and we're going to click on settings. And we are going to first go to the command settings, and we're going to look under contacts. Okay. We're going to go to contact tags. And underneath our contact tags, I want you to go ahead and create, if you haven't already done so already, we're going to create one called, I like to shorten it and just do FR24. You can change that to something else if you need it to be spelled out entirely so it's memorable. Apologies, let me just let out the dog here. FR24. And we're going to create that tag. Now that's going to allow us some very quick actions to be able to kick off smart plans based off adding this tag to a contact record. Now, keep in mind, like we said, we're talking about family reunion today, but we can use these same tags and triggers when we're creating smart plans to do this for a number of things, whether it's open houses, right? And an open house tag, or some sort of other networking event. There's a lot of, or even just a new buyer tag, and we can have that kick off a smart plan. So we're just building our steps. First is creating that tag. Now I already have one. We are going to put in your tag name. You're going to give it a color, and then you're going to hit create. And that is going to have it in there. Now I'll show you if I just search for mine in here, you can see I already have my FR24 tag created, and it's here and available for me to use. So I have a tag. That's the first thing. Now, before we leave our settings, I'm actually going to want you to go into connect settings, and then you're going to choose marketing profile. I'm going to want you to take a look at what information is in here as far as your contact information, your cards, all of that stuff, to make sure that it's correct, accurate, and what you want to share. Because we're going to have the ability to have this be your contact card when you are sharing your information with other individuals at family reunion. So I want you to come in, double check, make sure the information is correct, accurate, right? That we have the phone number that we're wishing to share, all of that, and those details are correct. And if that's all good to go, then we're going to migrate over into our smart plans, because that's where we're going to add that tag that we just created, that family reunion 2024 tag. And we're going to have a smart plan for our networking. So rather than create one from scratch, I'm going to come into my library and I'm going to type in family reunion 2024. So I know we have some very helpful people that have already done a number of plans. Now there's two different ones. I'll say I took a look at both. This one is great, pretty cool. It does have an email design that requires more personalization. When I say an email design, I mean like those pretty little ones that we get as far as newsletters and things like that. It's got a great graphic at the top, but that also means I have to personalize that graphic with my DBA, other information. So if we want to go that route, absolutely can do that. We want quick and easy with minimal customization. We're going to go with the second option for Oklahoma, and you're going to go ahead and add that to your smart plan. You can, of course, change the name, and give it a personal name. Now, I have already downloaded this plan. It's named differently in mine. So I can download it again. I'm not going to in order to clutter mine, but go ahead and name it what you want, and then click download. At which point we're going to switch back over to my smart plans, and whatever you've just created is going to be waiting there for you inside of your smart plans library. So here's my version of that same plan that we were looking at, that family reunion 2024 Oklahoma one. And before I use it, I want to go ahead and edit it, make it personal. So saving time, not creating my own from scratch, and my skeleton of a smart plan is here waiting for me. Now, of course, I'm going to go ahead and edit this to be a little bit more personal. Before we even get into editing the email, I want you to take a look at this wait section here at the top. Now, we're going to be adding a trigger for our family reunion 2024, meaning whenever I add a contact in with that tag, it would immediately kick off a smart plan, which would send the email. Now, if you're anything like me, at family reunion, get very busy. You are focused on either networking and learning and all of this, trying to stay up with your emails, and there can be a lot going on. So for me, I personally like to have this email maybe come the week after they have been, we came back from family reunion, or a week after I connect with them. So you can change this to be anywhere from 5 to 7 days from when they're essentially added. So I'm going to keep mine at 5. You can move that how you like, but I'll go ahead and apply changes. So now we're going to wait 5 days. Now let's go ahead and personalize that email step. So we click on our email smart plan item here. And then on the right-hand side, we're going to go ahead and click on that edit button. From here, we can see we're utilizing a simple email that's just plain text. We can modify the subject if you'd like. You can leave it as is. And we are going to have to do a little personalization inside the email itself. You can obviously change it to sound a little bit more like you, but what we definitely want to change is this area for Oklahoma. So you can enter this with your own local area. So I'll say from the West Ventura County market, including Ventura, Oxnard, Ojai, and Port Hueneme. If those are unfamiliar, we're just north of LA and south of Santa Barbara. Something to that effect. And then they're asking that the individual connect with us and respond back with their mailing address. So we're going to be able to keep in touch and ask for ahas. And then also let me know what areas you service. So if you didn't happen to get that during your communication with them or need to reiterate, they'll be able to reply there. It's going to fill in with your first and last name from our marketing profile that we just looked at earlier. And then we're going to just change this to your local area. Once we have that, we're not going to modify any of the other details necessarily. And we're going to go ahead and click Save Changes here in the bottom corner. Very important to save your changes. Otherwise, it'll be all for naught. So we're waiting 5 days. We're sending off an email to our contact, and then we're going to go ahead and wait 5 days and then create this task. And the task is simply going to be just reaching out, checking to see that we actually got the mailing address. If we didn't, that will kind of be your cue to maybe reach out again, maybe give it a phone call and stay in connection with them there. Now, after that, we are waiting a full 60 days, right? Having some time for everything to settle in, family reunion bustle to go and kind of wane down, everybody to get back into their business. And then that reminder email of, hey, we met at family reunion. How's things been going? Just wanted to keep in touch. Very simple, not elaborate, quick and to the point. So you can, of course, modify and edit that with that little pencil icon. Make it sound more like you if you would like. Change even the time of day if you'd like to have that go out. Maybe I want that to go out closer to the morning. I will select that. Save my changes. There we go. Now, after that, we're waiting 290 days. We're coming back around to next year. And we are anticipating, hey, are we actually going to be seeing each other again at family reunion, right? Just checking in. So hopefully we've had some relationship building over the course, that this is our follow-up and reminder that'll kick us for 2025 family reunion and initiate that automatic text from Twilio. Now, if you aren't familiar with Twilio, it's your first time in here. It's essentially our third-party service that is available to us through your marketplace within Command. They have plans ranging from as little as $3.95, somewhere around there. And it allows Command to automate your text messaging. So it is going to send out anything using Twilio automatically where you don't have to think about it. It goes out without a thought. There is an ability, if we hit edit, if you're not using Twilio as your product or as your texting service, you can go ahead and select that create a text task. I can never say that, text task. And that's just going to give you a task on your daily agenda whenever it's due for you to text that individual manually. So it's a little bit more labor intensive. But it is an option if you are not yet using Twilio or for whatever reason you're choosing not to use that in your business. So you can choose either one of those, and then we'll go ahead and save our changes. So we have now we've created our tag. We've gone and selected a family reunion 2024 smart plan and personalized it inside of our applet. So we're going to go ahead and save that plan. We're going to go ahead and exit. And now I have a customized, and actually I forgot the most important part. Let's go back and hit edit. Tag trigger. Right here at the top, your tag trigger. You are going to be able to associate a tag with this plan, which is meaning as soon as we add our family reunion, FR24 tag, it's going to automatically kick off this plan. Now for us, automatically means that 5-day delay, then the email will be sent, but it's adding that smart plan for us in one step. And that's just by adding a tag. So we're going to hit add triggers. And now we have a smart plan associated with a tag helping us with our automation and saving some time. So we're going to hit save. We're going to exit. And now this is when we are going to be able to use our mobile app and see how this will work in the flesh. So let me go ahead and switch up my screen. I'm going to do a new share here. And let's see here. Let me do this again. And let me, takes just a second. There we go. Taking just a second here. There we go. Okay. So first off, if you want to go ahead and snapshot what we're going to show you here in just a little bit, you can save it as your background as you see here. So it's easy to share with other individuals. But let's go into our command app. And first things first, when we're looking at our app here in the top left corner, we're going to go ahead and click on that and click on My Business Card. And this is what you're going to be able to share with other individuals and scan. Now, you might have other QR codes with, other products that have link trees or otherwise, that's fantastic. If for this, what we're using is something called a VCF, and it's a virtual contact file. So a lot of QR code companies have like a download contact option that's on there. If that's what we're aiming for. So right now in this world, we're looking at just command. This is what you can share with individuals that's linked back to your marketing profile inside a command. And that's what we're sharing here. And so sharing you just that. So anyways, here is our QR code for our information. I can take a quick snapshot of that, choose to save that, save it as my background or my lock screen, and have that available. Now, how do I get others individual in here and use those tags? Well, I'm going to click on contacts. Okay. And I'm going to look at my three little dots in the upper right-hand corner. There's going to be an option to add with QR code. I'm going to do that. And in this example, I have, let's see if we can, there we go. So here's an example of a agent's QR code from command here. And we have their information in, it has it all populated because it was attached to their QR code. But at the very top where it says tags, this is where I'm just going to go ahead and add new tag. And it is going to be, and give me just a moment here, make sure I'm in the right account. There we go. So let's do that again. QR code. And we're going to hit add tag. And we're going to type in our FR 24. Hold up here. Search tag. There we go. FR 24. And we're going to add that tag. Hit save. Now I have not saved the contact yet. I've only just saved the tag to it. So going through, if I need to make any additional information, any other details, if I'd like, maybe add a brief description or maybe a note about the individuals there, and then go ahead and hit save. It's going to automatically kick off our smart plan. So let's go ahead and refresh. And there we go. When I tap on smart plans now, you're going to see that we have this smart plan already attached to this contact. So this is your great way of being able to automate your networking, your follow-up, and make sure that you have an action plan, because we meet so many individuals during a family reunion. And oftentimes, if we are human, we don't take the cards, we don't put them in, right? So we're trying to shorten that gap. We actually put them in our database. We set up a follow-up plan to engage with them and stay in relationship. So that is how we can use our command app, our smart plans, and auto tag triggers in order to do just that. So if there's any questions on that portion, I would be happy to answer any. And if not, I will stop my share and switch back over to my slides for just kind of a little follow-up on a few other items. Is everyone excited for family reunion? Okay, I am. It'll be exciting. There's always great information. I don't know about Vegas being necessarily my favorite place. It really isn't, but I'm excited about family reunion. So let's jump in and go just a little bit further now that we know how to create our custom tag, have it as a tag trigger to a smart plan, and then how we can use those actually out in the field with our mobile device, scanning and adding our contacts directly into our database. And as mentioned, those QR codes, we're just showing you the ones that are available directly within Command. Keep in mind, it will work for others as well, only if their QR code is actually tagged for a virtual contact file. So if it's just to a link tree, not necessarily going to do it. If they have it to actually physically download the contact record, then yeah, it would work. So it just depends on the product that they're using. So what do we have also available? Well, we are excited. The Central Southern California region team is doing a social, kind of almost like a scavenger hunt for your family reunion journey here, a social media challenge. And they're using the hashtag KWCSCFR24. And there's a few rules here. You got to follow their Instagram handle there and make sure that we're using that hashtag in each and every post, and that we're doing the 7 steps here below. So there's going to be a few things. You want to find our regional director, Anusha. So she'll be out there throughout, roaming the halls and in the different sessions. And so be sure to find her, snap a pic. There's things like taking a selfie of yourself and tagging it while you're inside the vision speech as well. Cheersing your friends to another market center, a picture with your OP or TL, and just a few other ones. So capturing those items, using the hashtag to engage when you are out and about. Your local market centers might have challenges that are similar as well. Hit them up in both, right? Use both hashtags. Save yourself some time. There's also some bonus selfies. If you see any of these individuals, track them down and absolutely snag a selfie with them. Get some bonus points there. And last but not least, there is a labs lounge that's going to be going inside of the main hall. And there's going to be continuous trainings going on all during family reunion and all these different sessions. So here, they're going to be giving out this flyer actually while you're there. So keep in mind, you don't necessarily have to get it right here and available, but they're going to be having these sessions from commanding your database and all focusing on the 4 pillars or the 4 rules of lead generation and how you can implement that using your command platform to be the foundation in your activities. So really wanting you to jump into those if you can. And I'll put up the QR code here for you again, which is our Know Before You Go guide, and has helpful information, the venue maps, all of those little goodies, so that you can find your way around. Be on the lookout. It's not out yet, at least this morning when I checked. There is going to be a new KW Events app. Don't have the link to it. I don't have anything on it. We're all waiting for it. For our leadership team, they said to possibly look on our look for the lead possibly today for more details, but we should have it sometime this week. Cutting it a little close, but it is a very, very helpful app to have. Usually has the entire map of the venue with live sessions, bookmarking your events, and just a little heads up, definitely bring your sweaters. It can get freezing cold and also very hot in between those convention centers. Plan your sessions, your breakout sessions, and have backups, because some of the rooms do sell out or not sell out rather, but they max capacity. You maybe didn't hear this from me, but if there's a session you really want and they did max capacity, maybe if you swing back in about 8 to 10 minutes later, sometimes you can get right in. So just keep that in your back pocket as well. So if you have any questions, I'm happy to help you. Looking forward to seeing you. Find me when you're there, and excited to be there and learn with you guys and take home all sorts of goodies. So let's see here. Yes, I will send you all these slides, Francisco. Good to see you. Are you going? Yes, I'm excited. I'm very excited. So I'll be seeing you then there. Well, if we don't have any other questions, I am here available. Otherwise, I will be seeing you. I arrive Sunday. So if you're there, need any help with anything, hit me up. Happy to. See ya.
Thank you. I'll see you next week.
Thanks, Francisco.
Bye-bye.
Bye.